Hello, this is Judy Withers. Today is Thursday, July 28th. The reading for today is from Ecclesiastes 1, verses 2, verses 12 to 14, and 2, verses 18 to 23. Meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher. Utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. I, the teacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem. I devoted myself to study and to explore by wisdom all that is done under heaven. What a heavy burden God has laid on men. I have seen all the things that are done under the sun. All of them are meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Okay. I hated all the things I had toiled for under the sun, because I must leave them to the one who comes after me, and who knows whether he will be a wise man or a fool. Yet he will have control over all the work into which I have poured my effort and skill under the sun. This too is meaningless. So my heart began to despair over all my toilsome labor under the sun. For a man may do his work with wisdom, knowledge, and skill, and then he must leave all he owns to someone who has not worked on it. This too is meaningless and a great misfortune. What does a man get for all the toil and anxious striving with which he labors under the sun? All his days, his work, his pain and grief. Even at night his mind does not rest. This too is meaningless. On the shelf in my office are 2 glass jars. One is filled with sand, the other with rocks. The sand represents millions of little details: what to eat, what to wear, what to stream on Netflix. The rocks are the big things: family, church, daily work, justice for the poor and oppressed. Pay attention to the little things first, and that's all you'll ever get to. You can't make room for the big rocks if your jar, your life, is filled with sand. This image encapsulates some of the wisdom in Ecclesiastes. The teacher sees what's good about life: good food, meaningful work, healthy relationships, and comes to the conclusion that they are gifts to be relished. But more often than not, he observes people have their sand and their rocks out of order. People spend too much time chasing the wind. If this rings true for you, perhaps this prayer echoing Psalm 90 will help. Teach us to count our days that we might be grateful for each other, and teach us to make our days count, so that they will all begin and end with you, O God. Amen.